Hello, welcome to I am the Autopedia, the gaming channel, one of the best channel in YouTube. Okay, here we go to this part on the Stanley Parable. I think we have just most of the endings. We have just a few has been left, and I love the last video's explosion ending. It's just so cool. And whatever you do in this video, push the buttons, everything won't gonna change. You are gonna die. And in this video, the Stanley guy said use arrest all employers so we can escape, and that's what he wants. He help us to get us free. That's what he said. Anyway, about this mind control stuff, let's go in something different.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm just going to...
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Okay, let's go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I will try descending.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I remember that joke. Okay, I think I will be just use this now this thing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Okay.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay, what is this? Should I go through this room or not? I'm not sure. Well, let's go.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I will trust this guy. Just pick up the phone. Cause okay, what's gonna happen?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Let's press key.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I'm not gonna press this time. Let's see what's gonna happen. I remember it's just, remember he's talking about us pressing buttons. And I don't want to press buttons. I'm not gonna press the button. Can't go anywhere though. Anyway, let's press.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with the game, I just push it.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Let's watch the
And
TV.
so he
What
began
the?
to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oh, I see what they're trying to do. They're just, seeing how the mind control works. Okay,
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I'm not sure should I do it or not.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Yellow line.
And down another was a game with a baby. And
Game
he
with a baby?
called it the Stanley Parable.
Gave me the baby. Plus it, what's not gonna happen?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I think when we press I, the wife will disappear. Let's push, yeah.
Answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I think there is the bed, and we press M, something will happen here.
And I'm trying to tell
No,
you
nothing
this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, I'm not doing it this time. Let's wait. What will gonna happen? I think we should press the button because we can't do anything else. So sure though. Okay, I will press the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I...
Okay. Please die. Here we go again.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That was interesting ending though. Just... Can we push the button?
Stanley
guess we
went around
can't.
touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go to this another ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's go to the boss's office. This elevator is really funny. I just want to check something very quickly. Yes. Okay. Let the game come to itself. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. We stepped to that
tier and the boss's keypad.
newly opened passageway.
Let's go. I will go to the escape ending. Because I want to escape. And I think I'll go to this work office as well.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I thought there's something to do in here. I don't know what though. I'm pretty sure there's something secret in this room, but how to find it, I'm not sure. Let me check. Let's just wait. Oh. Here's opened. I think that's here. We should push.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, this time I will destroy the controls of this evil place.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Well, I think it's just a vision though.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I think that's the best landing here. But the game will restart. Yeah, here we go again. Okay, I think that's the best ending so far. It's just actually there are lots of cool endings, but what? There's something different this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Whiteboard
Nor
ending.
did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, here's the go. I think I'll go to the whiteboard ending. It's just sound interesting. Console bark. Can we go through there? It says to do whiteboard ending console. I don't think we can use the console and bark. Options. Can we use the console? I guess we can't. Okay, whiteboard ending. Should close the door. 2.6. I think we should close this door. You can't close this door. Interesting. Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Is this it? That ending is just... Wait, is? What? I think it was just a memo. It's not just gonna happen. Let me check out for... I think I will go and do that, kill myself in a interesting way. I think it's just the way it is, you know, whiteboarding endings, just funny thing to happen. They're just making a joke about it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I love that Empire Lodge.
And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't far.
I'll do something interesting. Warning, do not jump from the cargo aisle because I'll do it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
We'll
I realize
do
that
this.
investing your trust in but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, here we go back. Okay, everything is restarted.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Let us check. I'm searching for computers, you know, to say. Awaiting input. Can we put input? I think we put all of those inputs, but... Oh, okay. I think this one is here. Oh, we can't put it. Anyway, I think we should put the game restarts. Only one input left, and I think I'll find it. By the way, if you want to where the inputs are, you can watch throughout the gameplay and found the input in the gameplay. think I'll go.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'll go do this.
It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'll not. I'll do something.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, here, let's do
But
this.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
No, I just love this.
enemy. Really, I'm not.
Not.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
No,
I'm
it's
not
just.
asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Okay, here we go
This is
again.
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Here we go.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'll do something else. This.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
No.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh my god.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh my god. Okay, I have to go to the 7:40.
Excellent.
Okay.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
8.
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. This time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
What the
You
fuck?
may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What is it? It's to just stop, no more and things. Okay, just seeing it. Oh, look at this. He put some stuff not to jump over, I guess.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the
I didn't just.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Let's see what's gonna happen. What's this? I think we will go back to the office, I guess.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Man, that's interesting.
All you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I've got it right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Look at these numbers. Oh, I think just get rid. No one. Very much. Interesting. Look at this. I think the other way will be broken as well. I hope it is. Oh, it's not. Oh, I feel bad. Yes!
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
I hope it's not close the game though.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Don't do this.
I have to.
Just restart. I hope it's not turning into the windows. Oh, it's back. But
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I'll go right again. Let's see what can happen.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go left this time. I hope we'll continue where it is, I guess. Yeah, it is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, the broom closet is on. Oh, it's closed. I wish I can be broom closet. I love the broom closet. Okay, I think I'm going.
Coming to a staircase.
You didn't see. They don't want me to go downside, so they blocked it. Not to get interested. I think that will be. I think it will be interesting. Things can happen when you go here. Oh, they blocked it. They blocked here as well. The game has actually changed a lot. Can we go back? No, can't. No, go for it. Maybe there's interesting thing will happen if you go through this time, because lots of things has been changed. Oh, look at it. Oh, the boss office has been changed as well. I think we can go to the elevator. Okay, let's go.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
Voice receiver?
Behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Wait, I will. Can we go there? Yes, we can't. Okay, I'll just...
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Does it actually work? Let's try. Nightshark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Yeah, it's not working.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Nightshark.
Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
What the hell?
he entered the door on his left.
That's interesting.
Stanley? Hello? Are you
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Man, this game is
Stanley, this is
just.
the story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay, another restart. Okay, here we go again. And I want to do one last thing for this video. And as you can see, we all put the input, and I think I'll save it to another video. Okay, I will end my video here, and thanks for watching. I will do the input, as you can see in the input. In this next video, I will do the lost endings. Okay, see you later.